While his wife was 5 months pregnant, her husband ran off to crash his first love's wedding. He thought he'd covered his tracks perfectly, but the second his wife found out, she did something he'd regret for the rest of his life. Right now, he is still out on the street, desperately trying to win her back. He pulls out the deed to a new house and promises her a better life, but she just coldly tells him to stay away. The man convinces himself she is just emotional from the pregnancy. A few days earlier, he told his wife he had a 5-day business trip. Then she saw a post from his first love, a beach location, and the caption said, "He promised to spend 5 days here with me." In that moment, she understood everything. The so-called business trip was really a romantic getaway with another woman. Not long after that, the first love showed up at their house. She casually mentioned that he learned to cook for her. That is when it hit her. The homemade meals she'd been eating for 3 years were never made for her. They were made to match another woman's taste. The first love looked around the house. The Nordic-style decor her favorite. The roses he carefully took care of. Her favorite kind. The decorations he never let his wife touch. All gifts from her. Even their wedding photos, the desert, the ocean, the forest, were all just things his first love had dreamed about years ago. Then came the final blow. While bringing over some pregnancy medicine, the first love casually asked what they'd named the baby. Jay, Naya, those were the names the husband had picked himself, and together they sounded almost exactly like the first love's name. And that is when she finally got it. Even the baby, who hadn't been born yet, was just another way for him to remember his first love. Her heart completely broke. She walked into the hospital alone and terminated the pregnancy alone, with just her own signature. The husband knew nothing about it. When he came back from his trip, he noticed her hands and feet were cold. He thought it was just another pregnancy symptom. He even touched her stomach and noticed it seemed smaller. Then he forced her to drink the pregnancy medicine, like everything was still fine. Right then his phone rang. His first love was being forced into a marriage by her family. He didn't hesitate for even a second. Ignoring all his friends' warnings, he said his wife would understand. Saving his first love mattered more. Than he rushed to the wedding and stopped it on the spot. He successfully stole the bride, and while he was out there thinking his wife would understand, he came home to a divorce certificate and an empty room. The man completely lost it. He chased her all the way to her school, still convinced that buying a house and giving gifts could fix everything. He even used her family to pressure her, doing whatever he could to keep her trapped. What he couldn't accept was that the woman who once looked at him with nothing but love now looked at him like he was trash. He screamed that getting close to the girl next door wasn't a big deal. What he never got was that the marriage didn't break because of one mistake. It broke because he spent years treating his wife like she was just a stand-in for someone else. Then one day, during another argument, a car suddenly lost control and came speeding toward them. The woman instinctively pulled the man beside her out of danger. Her husband was the one left on the ground. He looked at her in shock. He asked why she wasn't protecting him anymore. She used to always stand by his side. The woman shook her head. Not anymore. This whole game where she was just a stand-in, she was done.